Contrary to popular belief, Mega Man is not dead. Capcom is just giving the fans what they want. Capcom, the creator of the Blue Bomber, has made very well over 30 or so main titles for said Blue Bomber over the course of the past couple decades. And with those games came a very big fan base for their IP, with there being a little something sprinkled in for everybody. However, despite Mega Man being their main IP, Capcom has slowed down on making Mega Man the main focus of their production. Why is that? Well, that's a question I'll come back to towards the end of the video, as the main focus of today's video actually has a lot to do with that, for the positive or negative. And regardless of whether it leans towards something positive or negative, it's something Capcom can't ignore, and neither can we. That thing being the heart of Mega Man and whether or not it's still beating. Of course, you've already seen the thumbnail. Mega Man is far from being dead. He is very much alive in the hearts of the fans. Today, I wanted to show you my experience where I learned how true of a statement that is firsthand, and that was at this past year's MomoCon. Of course, as a Mega Man fan myself, I know that there are other Mega Man fans that exist in the world, but seeing it all in person compared to seeing it all behind a computer screen is like playing Black Ace or Red Joker. One is obviously superior to the other. Black Ace. But all jokes aside, seeing how much love for Mega Man is in the hearts of people in just this small section of the world was so surreal. So I'll go ahead and show all of you that experience, and then I'll go into its importance when talking about Capcom and Mega Man's future. Also, I'm sorry, this was the first time I ever vlogged anything, and I realized I'm not that good at it naturally, so there was not much vlogging to be had, which is actually kind of fine because it was hot, it was humid, it was not safe for people with curly hair, I tell you what, but that is okay. Also, in accordance with that, it was my first time really operating an actual camera, so I apologize for the shaky hands at times. But with that being said, let's get into it. Like I said, I was horrible about vlogging, especially on the first day. I was experiencing it all in the moment, so I kind of forgot to capture a few things. I also kind of got self-conscious to film in front of others because I didn't want to alarm them by talking to myself. But after all of that, at least what was off camera, before I knew it, I was drained and I wanted to get going. But I'm glad I didn't, because for the very first time in my life, I saw something wonderful. I saw a megaman.exe cosplayer. He did some awesome work on his cosplay, and this was where I got one of the best interactions of this whole trip. I spent nearly 20 minutes trying to talk to this guy and get his social so I could send him the videos and pictures that I took of him, because nearly every minute someone would come by and say, "Hey, Mega Man," or just express their nostalgia, or they actually recognized it was EXE too. So all of these people were like, "This is EXE," and they all got pictures with him, and it was such a wholesome thing and scene to experience. It was it was so awesome. Aside from that, I went and got footage of some awesome stuff like this Shadow jacket, Astro Boy, and a cool little hang down of our boy Vegeta. And even better, I got this cool design on a t-shirt and stumbled back upon this cool 3D sprite shop I found last year where I got this Majora's Mask sprite, and from here I grabbed our boy Mega Man in all of his pixel glory. So yeah, also let me just keep a counter of all the Mega Man stuff or references we come across. There we go. Now on to day 2. Alright, so on the second day, a lot of us were going to support Demi's arcade preservation panel, but that wasn't until the evening. So we had some time to kill and look for more merch, play in the retro arcade, or even a small little side quest detour that Demi got us all wrapped up in. I'll go ahead and let the vlogging take it from here because that will just be easier, but please, again, don't mind the amateur camera work. Please just bear with me. Alright, we are here. We're in the gaming center because Demi is actually going to enter a Miss Pac-Man tournament. I am trying to do better at the vlogging. This is the retro arcade area. It has, let me see. I can't turn it like that. It's retro arcade area. It's pretty cool. We'll see. But regardless, I haven't started my search for Mega Man merch yet, and we are still quite a few hours off from going to the Mega Man Battle Network arcade system thingy. So we have a few more hours. I'm going to try to see what I can get into for now, but I am trying to live up to my vlogging. So there we go. That's one thing I did today, but first I gotta find other people first. Alright, so we're about to go to the vendor hall. This is Cha. I wanted to put this in really quick because he's the guy from the video with the LDR tournament where we got to losers finals, and that was exciting. Also, Demi is doing a doing a pack. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'm loud, right? We got a panel that I'm really excited about, talking about the arcade preservation. And thanks to our good friend Michael, who's got a Sakari badge, we've been able to hype it up a little bit to random people too. So it's been super cool. Yeah. MomoCon! Woo!
So here's a Taiko drum arcade game, and I wanted to include this audio because it has some familiar songs, though with this one specifically, I shouldn't play much else. Ninjas shall assassinate me.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I felt like I was in it.
Also, on these gosh darn DJ systems, Amaska, the person who organizes a lot of the Mega Man Battle Network tournaments in New York, is a secret DJ god at this freaking thing. Insane. And now we've made it to the side quests. This is a bit off topic, but I wanted to include it anyways because I have nowhere else to put it. But go ahead and skip to this timestamp if you want to go ahead and get back to the main stuff. Alright, so we went through Artist Alley again. I did find another Mega Man merch. I am so happy with myself. I might have seen it a year or so before because we do have, there are a lot of these types of posters, and I got one myself. It was from Spy Family, and I love Spy Family, but they have some cool art over there, and if you like gritty, edgy, kind of cool stuff, they have some awesome stuff. However, now is almost time for Demi's Pac-Man tournament, so he's been looking into the wave dashing techs of the system, and he's been looking into some tech that he could use to maybe win it. I have no idea. It kind of makes me want to do it myself, but this is off topic in regards to Mega Man, but it is kind of fun to think that there's a Miss Pac-Man tournament. But anyhow, we're gonna go back and look again later, but for now we got one more on the chart, and I also found something for myself. I love that anime slash movie. I love Studio Ghibli in general, but anyhow, we'll see how the tournament turns out. Let's go see what his tech is all about really quick.
200 points, and there's like cherries and pretzels. Those are like 700 points. So like, you want to play for that, while at the same time trying to select the dots. Like, you're looking around ways to, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay, I think I know.
So So don't let him use area steal, right?
Have
your steal punch ready.
Alright. Got my judgment star ready.
Judgment star, right? And then we can bump, if you bump into him, right? If you like, what happens is you both go the opposite way until you hit something. So if there's a ghost right there, and you can bump them into them.
That's diabolical.
That's
a strategy.
It's like kind of.
I don't know either.
I'm trying to think of a good.
And that's basically it. Or at least that's what it seemed like on the surface, because ooh boy, is it a lot more intricate than I initially thought in execution. So after seeing a bit of it and seeing the cool tech or the things you have to keep in mind during a multiplayer Pac-Man, I decided to join as well, because why not? So a few of us are actually going to play in it, and I think that's going to be fun. And look at this, I'm doing good at my vlogging, so But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start. It's gonna be in about 10 minutes. I don't know if I'll be able to capture any footage for it, but I might be able to get someone to hold my camera for me, and that'll be fun. So before we move on to more Mega Man stuff, we're gonna move on to some Pac-Man stuff. But it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to see how I do, because there's a different game in mind. We have to look at a multiplayer versus mode in Miss Pac-Man, so that'll be fun. But we'll see. Now, this guy right here, a complete legend. I could tell from how he played that I needed to pay attention to what he was doing, so I took some mental notes. He was a horrible person to play against first, so I think Demi had a little grudge, because he was frustrating to play against for sure. Not very beginner friendly. And now was my turn.
I was playing in Japanese, so
Right.
that's crazy.
Oh, shoot. That's actually crazy.
Oh, so that was okay. I didn't know who I was when that happened.
That I've been there. I feel that.
That's okay.
Wow.
Alright, so I got my first match in on Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man versus Mr. Pac-Man on competitive. It was actually very interesting. I didn't know that it was so intricate in the way that it was. So I won my first match. Now we're moving into some of the loser sets, so I'm going to show a little bit of what Demi's got going on, see if we can use some of that tech, get some tech in there. Apparently now, since I won my first round, though, they want me to win the whole thing, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't know what to do. They're telling me to use bug fix turn 1, reg bug fix, use area grab. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I guess we'll see. And this is just some of the matches I got to play on the big screen. I'll just show a few clips so you all get the gist of my struggles, and they did post this on their channel, so if you're that invested in seeing the whole thing, I'll leave the link to it in the description if it's still up. And at the end of the day, I got second place. Heck yeah. We didn't expect to jump into a tournament day of and get close to winning. That's pretty insane. That guy was just horrendously good. I'm actually excited to maybe play that again next year, because I'm just so giddy at the thought of there even being a Pac-Man tournament in this day and age. That's just pretty cool right there. But yeah, that ends the side quest. Next, we had Demi's panel to go to, and it was so cool to see the effort that they put into this project. Many were just there because of the idea of arcade preservation, which was cool because Demi didn't actually advertise it as a Mega Man thing, but many Mega Man fans still happened to be present there. I'll go ahead and show a tad bit of his documentary, but look forward to the full thing at some point from Scoutmaster Demi. I'll have a link to their channel in the description.
Drones. These kinds of arcades, they're more than just games. They're experiences. They immerse you in a way that you just can't reach with your consoles at home.
Arcade machines are awesome, but preserving them is anything but. They're really, really finicky, right?
The machines themselves. 2, an arcade expert. 3, funding. And 4, passion. The machines we're preserving are special. First, they're from an amazing series called Mega Man Battle Network, or Rockman EXE as the series is known in Japan. Second, they feature gameplay that's unique to them being an arcade machine. We've all played those games where you insert tokens and a shovel pushes out the payload. The Rockman EXE Metal Operation is like that, but it also integrates a full video game with a monitor and everything. As you insert those tokens and the shovel pushes them out, Mega Man moves on the map and plays minigames with you. It's pretty unique.
But even cooler than that is the Battle Chip Stadium. Imagine a collectible game like Yu-Gi-Oh!, but instead of cards, you're using real-life computer chips that have all of your attacks and defenses. There's hundreds of them to collect. Many of them can only be won by playing on the arcade machine. Then you've got character chips, and if you insert them into your PET toy, you can level up your character, bring that chip into the arcade machine, and use that to win even more battleships. It's this whole ecosystem that I think is just extraordinarily cool.
After that, we all chatted for a bit. Cha showed me some cool stickers he found. We ran into some familiar faces and some new ones as well. So this was the second most anticipated day of the trip, as we were going to set up chip gates to play Battle Network 4 in real time. But first I saw this freaking awesome gosh darn car. I love Kirishima, one of my favorite characters in My Hero Academia. This looked so good. Anyway, the chip gates. So some of us brought our Game Boys and Demi brought his chips and chip gates for us to play against each other in Mega Man Battle Network 4. I'll let Demi explain some of it and then I'll show some clips of us battling against each other.
Alright, so first one, this one here. What's this one?
Okay, that is called Black Weapon. That is a chip that is exclusive to the physical chips or 4.5. It basically raises all your Buster stats to the max at the cost of a pretty big HP bug. Ooh. Love that evil looking art. It was a promotional chip. And again, it's not something that you could legally play with in BN4. That's a 4.5 chip or a real life battle chip.
Wow, and what about these three here? I don't recognize any of them.
Yeah, these are also chips that are unique to the real life battleships. That's sword mode, cannon mode, or cannonball mode, and cannon mode right there. They basically make it so that Mega Man just spams that chip for quite a while. So he'll just spam swords, he'll spam cannonballs, crack up the field, spam, I think, mega cannons, which is fun. These chips down below here are also unique to real-life battle chips.
Yeah.
So you got like fire plus 40, thunder plus 40, double water, double wood. I don't know why some are plus 40 and some are double. Must be a balancing thing, but those are also
that with some crosses
because Bubble Man.
That's right, could get real crazy. And the last really weird one is called marking.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, this is another one like Mega Man and Gutsman hanging out together. You turn green invincible, like the Fanfare invincibility, and you just spam your Buster. So it's a really good combo with Black Weapon when your Buster stats are at the max.
Oh, that's very cool. I don't think, I recognize these ones. I recognize a lot of these over here.
Yeah, those are the only chips that are unique to the physical real life versions.
I don't know that one.
Black Barrier.
Yeah, so that's Black Barrier. A fun story about this chip is that it is not an official chip, even though it's a real life chip. The reason why I say that is because for whatever reason, Black Barrier, Signal Red up above it, and then Burn Man for whatever reason are chips that were never created officially. Just an oversight, or maybe they had a promotional release that never happened. So our good friend Tofu, who you may know from our arcade documentary, he is the one who made these. He did a great job with 3D printing and pins, making them official and look great. I don't know where they went to get the labels, because the labels also look really good.
They do. The whole thing looks official.
Yeah.
All right, guys, look, I got... Demi has a Thunderman. We've been looking at him recently in the series for the tournament I was doing for 4.5. This is a keeper. I'm going to have to ask Demi about this. Ooh.
And then you go 99, right? You can go...
See what else do we got in here. We got Fridge Man. Ooh, Shade Man. I love me some Shade Man.
Spit out a whole bunch
we got a Junkman DS. Another Mark.
Oh, man. It's
Marking mode.
4.5 navis like Napalm Man and Iceman that aren't in, the baseline BN4 game. But if you are a Soul Unison Navi, like Roll right here, who was requested,
All right, here we go.
you can take the chip.
Area grab.
And then you use your actual chips.
Oh,
Oh, the poltergeist.
Oh,
You got
shit.
the poltergeist set up.
There we go. That's why I keep that.
If you want to like DM me on Instagram or something to reach out to Discord, that's a good way to get me. Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
okay.
One of these days, I'm going to get my hands on a link.
That would have been good timing, though.
Yeah. That's the only card I have on me, but I can give you my QR. But you know what? Something that made us so happy. Like we like kind of all around the year we do together. We're like megaman fans, kind of linked up.
Oh wait, megaman is
someone outside the group was cosplaying as megaman.exe.
This was such a great time. We only expected to have the group that knew about the meetup to play, but we had so many people come up to our table because they recognized Battle Network, and they just stayed and chatted or jumped in on some PvP. It was just it was just insanely cool. So we were going to do more Chipgates again today since it was so popular, but things just got so busy for most of us. So I rounded out my trip looking for more Mega Man merch, and I was on a search for something I was excited to find that someone told me about. Also, I kind of sound low in some of these because I was still experimenting with my camera setup, yada yada yada. We know what it is by this point, but anyhow. We found something. It's Mega Man X on a little frame. That's kind of cool. Like on a wooden, or yeah, a little mini wooden frame. That's cool. Hey, I like that. I haven't seen it. Guys, look at this. This is so high quality. I'm gonna have to get this one day because I love Studio Ghibli. And they also have a Zelda one. It looks super nice. I could just have one of these in my lifetime, I think. Super nice stuff. I have a card I'll have to show you guys. It's by these guys. So if you, sorry, my camera's not focusing. Yeah, if you guys want, this is the website. That's actually pretty cool. So I think all of these look nice. Probably something in there for anybody. But it's the same place I saw the little frame from, so yeah. Look at these pillows are awesome. They have a lot of Sonic stuff over here, but this has a lot of different characters. Kind of probably in Smash, maybe. That's not. Yeah, this looks like the theme. Ooh, look at that wolf one. Oh, look at that. Alright, we got more Mega Man. Look at it. It's kind of hard to see, but that's neat. So the guy who's over here says that these are kind of like, he paints these, or a lot of these on wood, and he puts swirls in their eye, and it's supposed to be a reference to pop culture. I think that that's pretty interesting. I do like the whole idea of that. Sorry, these are kind of hard to see because of how they are, but they all have the same similar casing as to this Mega Man one, but some of them are like mini Game Boy, I think, colors and things like that. So also here's like a little, this is his thing. He's based in New Orleans, so if you find this type of stuff neat, then go ahead and check that out, because this isn't really my style, but these are super awesome stuff. Like some of this here, Blastoids. It's super awesome. Just check it out for yourself. So they have these little stands here, and I found a Mega Man X. Hey! There's also a coaster of him. They have coasters of a lot of different characters here. And Kirby too. But I have to bring someone over here so I can see if they want one of these, because these are awesome. Alright, we got some more Mega Man. This is Mega Man 0 and from X as well. That's cool. And then we have another one here. This is from the same person who had found the gravity circuit stuff from before. So I had to find them, and I'm so glad that I did, because I got some stickers from them. And I got this guy. He's cool. He told me his name is Sasuke. It was from, I forget the series. Mystical Ninja. And then I went ahead and grabbed this because I had a little bit more cash to get that. And then the Meta Knight one. I'm so happy. This is so cool. So that was about all the Mega Man references / merch I either bought or came across. However, I did acquire a tad bit more from Scoutmaster Demi himself with some leftover money I had. One was this cool little classic Mega Man plushie. Look at our boy! A cool roll of Battle Network tape. I really like that Plant Man is on here because his design is pretty sick. A nice chunky Battle Network pin. An awesome Battle Network 6 chip folder, which I did have some help getting started with between then and now from my friend Jai. Got a cool little Proto Man EXE that comes with a sword chip and a random battle chip, but unfortunately we just found out that the person Demi got this from, or someone before them down the line, took them out. But that's okay, nothing too crazy that can't be fixed. And here are the battle chips I got for Battle Network 4. I got all I felt I'd ever want for Battle Network 4, with the exception of maybe another Navi chip so I can play with my brother. And that also comes with getting another chip gate, because I got one but had to wait on another one. And that's about it. This was a pretty awesome experience, and was something that really helped me see what the realistic state of Mega Man is today, which is also why I wanted to drop the topic mentioned in the title of this video with this experience. If you've made it this far in the video, I do thank you for your time, but here is where the more controversial portion comes in. Not that it's all negative, because there is hope regardless of how you see it, and we'll talk about that part in a bit. But if you are someone who takes things a little too personally, I would leave now. But if you are staying, just assume that this has nothing to do with you personally and that we're just having a discussion. So let's go ahead and get into it. Earlier, I posed the question as to why Capcom has slowed down in making Mega Man the main face of their production, but at the same time how they can't ignore the heart of Mega Man, and as fans, neither can we. We'll get back to the second part in a moment, but when it comes to Capcom slowing down on Mega Man, there are many reasons for this, but I'll give one reason that ties with the second point. There are already so many games. There are more than 30 games under Mega Man's belt, and that's not including spin-offs. So what more can they do after having squeezed so much out of their IP already? Well, that is a question that can be asked, but when you take a look at Nintendo and how they handle Mario, I'd say that it is possible to treat Mega Man in the same way if that's something Capcom really wanted to do. Yes, the formula growing stale could be an issue, but many have shown that there's much more that can be done and improved upon with the action platformer formula, and Capcom themselves have shown that they can even expand beyond their IP just being a platformer. So if it's possible to keep up with their Mega Man IP, what's the issue? Maybe they are creatively burnt out for Mega Man, but I think there's a lot more to it than that, and that brings us to the second point, the heart of Mega Man. We've already established that Mega Man is very much alive in the hearts of fans, and this isn't something Capcom can ignore for good or for bad. And that's because Mega Man is their baby boy, yes, but also because they see and hear the want for his return. But I'm not quite sure they see or hear the soul or passion for Mega Man just as clearly from the fans. They hear enough want from the fans to bring back what they all love, but they do not see or hear the soul and passion from the fans to believe more consistent new games is worth their time. This is going to sound negative for a bit, but if this is one of the major reasons why Mega Man sits in the dust pile and is only reserved for cameos and collections, I don't blame them. One of the main ways interest is shown today is through the internet, and from my experience, a lot of Mega Man fans on the internet are some of the most gatekept looking, no change looking, whiny looking, entitled looking people on the face of the earth. You see, the Mega Man series itself is not necessarily tailored for casual players. The games are difficult for sure. There's a barrier to entry, but despite that, there are still many casual fans, but most of them are dormant fans. Most of the people I met at MomoCon are dormant fans. And it seems like it could stay that way for the most part because I've realized some communities don't seem very welcoming to newcomers. And ironically, it's that barrier to entry that keeps people away in a series that's not inherently for casuals. And that's a hard wall to get through when you're just a casual player that wants to share in a series we all love when it's gatekept by a bunch of hardcore fans with no social skills from being shut-ins, and they look down on anyone who loves an aspect of the game they feel people shouldn't love or play the game in a way they feel people shouldn't be playing. And this was something I just personally ignored when I experienced it, but I found out that this wasn't something that was just my experience. I've had comments made on videos, during live streams, or even on Discord that express this sentiment. So not only do many casuals run into people like this in these communities because they are the more well-known communities, aspects of these negative attitudes are seen even outside of these communities. Someone recently made a great effort to bring some attention to Mega Man X8, unironically out of love with Mega Man X8 16-bit. An awesome rendition of the game from a series we all love, but there were actually fans out there saying they'd never give it a try for themselves because Zero and Axel weren't what? Why? Dang, that's so crazy. They don't want change or experimentation that badly, so they won't even try the game? Goodness, that's insane. So entitled, so whiny. What the heck is going on? They complain about Mega Man being dead, but they won't play a Mega Man game when it's served on a hot platter right in front of their I get wanting Zero and Axel because I felt the same way. I thought it might feel weird or feel like it has something missing, but I just wanted to see for myself, so that's what I did. One of the funnest games I've played in a while, all based off of a series we all love. And you know, All of that had me realize something. No wonder the Mega Man community is seemingly so small. I don't see many channels reach out to help each other grow or bring more awareness to cool stuff going on for Mega Man or Mega Man-esque stuff. And that's not an obligation that they have, of course, but that is something that they do. It's just that they only have something to say when you're good at the game or good at whatever pertains to them. And when it comes to people that tend to watch those channels, they tend to act the same way, so it's not helpful all the way around. And that's just really sad because it keeps casual players away and they just stay content with their memories of the great games Capcom gave to us in the past, instead of being a part of those vocalizing their passion for their IP. And I'm pretty much the same way. I'm pretty much content with the games that Capcom have given us because I feel they've done enough. It would be really cool to get another game, but when people ask why we get no more new games, this is a big reason for it. Capcom doesn't see the appeal in the casual market of their fans, which would make up the majority. I can't believe that I've seen comments from fans express that they never knew a Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection even existed. That's insane. Maybe Capcom didn't do enough marketing to make it to everyone. I don't know, that's possible, but it's not like they didn't care about the Legacy Collection. I think they put in great effort into the trailers and showcases. It seemed full of passion, even if it can be argued that they could have done more. Maybe they could have done more. But if they didn't, I wonder why. All in all, though, that's just one reason that contributes to the current state of Mega Man today. It's not all on the fans. Capcom has to do their part as well. Ultimately, it's up to them to make a new game. If they really want to continue Mega Man, they just have to do it. Brainstorm new takes on the formula, integrate options that are more accessible to casuals while still keeping the difficulty Mega Man is known for everyone else, and market it with passion and hype to get the news out there. Like I said, those last few points were going to be negative, but despite that, we still have hope. Because Capcom obviously wants to keep the Blue Bomber around, the collections are proof of that, and the cameos as well. Also, despite most of my experiences with communities, there are a few that are super welcoming. I have never seen anyone put in the effort like Scoutmaster Demi does for events, and there are people like my buddies Blue Star, T-Chomp, and Mega Rock who are very awesome as well, even though they're more on the down low. And like one recently I've joined for Battle Network on Discord, the Cyberbully Academy, where they don't care if you're new. They help each other get better and they love trying new formats and challenges. So there's definitely still hope that goes in a better direction, because it's not all bad. I know other IPs are in similar situations to what Mega Man is in now, but if Sonic is anything to go by, it doesn't have to stay that way forever. Cause they've been doing my boy Shadow and Team Dark justice over there. But anyhow, going to MomoCon again this year was a great experience. It was so awesome to see so many people express their love for Mega Man. I hope more casual players come back and show that there is soul and passion still out there for the series, and I hope they can find places where they can fit in and keep it alive alongside other fans. I know Capcom hears the fans, and they will keep hearing them because it's not something that can be ignored. But here's to hoping that they realize soul and passion still exists for their beloved franchise and that they do their part to push more life into Mega Man. If you have some cool experiences at cons or whatever in regards to Mega Man, please leave it in the comments. Could be nice and encouraging for others who might see what you have to say. But that is it for today. Make sure you all take care of yourselves and each other. Bye. For those of you looking forward to what I'm doing next, we have a 2,000 subscriber special video coming up, though I am going to keep it as a surprise. But as for a video I can tell you about, look forward to the next video and the 5 foundations of Battle Network, talking about how in all of gaming, Battle Network 6 might be the best in teaching players how to execute challenging playstyles. Now, for real this time, bye.